ain't never getting older.
Excuse me. What is up, A&M family? And I am back with another video for you guys. I got a special one for you guys. But before we get in that, I want to make sure I say what is up to everybody that's new. Make sure you guys sub up, hit that like button, join the family, and welcome to my review of the brand new Call of Duty World War II. Now, before we even get into it, I just want to say that this is the beta. Now, some things will change. Most likely, it'll be minor things. So what you see is most likely what you will get. But it's still a beta, and there still are time to make some improvements and some changes to the game. So this is not the end-all, be-all. This is just my review based off of the beta. Now, let's get into this. Number one, right off the bat, I mean, as soon as you pick up the controller, you will be able to feel the difference. It's a much slower paced game. I mean, as soon as I took my first step, I immediately knew it felt different. Like it was it's much slower pace. So if you guys are used to the Infinite Warfare where things are fast paced, you will not get that with this game. This game is a much slower pace, and it's going to take some adjustments. When you first start to play it out, it's gonna make you feel that ugly face, like, you know, that face like, I don't like this. But give it some time, it will grow on you. It's a good game, but you will notice that as soon as you start the game, you'll notice it's a much slower pace. Number two, the game itself feels a lot more harder. Like it feels, especially if you're trying to get kill streaks, it's a lot harder to get kill streaks, and that could be a thing as if the game is still brand new, so you don't relatively know the spawns or like where everybody will be at. As time goes on, you'll figure those things out. But the respawn so far seem to be erratic. Like there's no way to know where they will respawn at, and it seems like the enemy could just be anywhere, which makes it a lot harder for you to be able to get a kill streak. And this game really seems like it really seems like it's forcing people more into a camp, or more of I'll say a tactical style of play more than a run and gun. With the slower pace, it's a lot harder to be a run and gun game, so it kind of forces you to play tactically, and which will cause people to, you know, camp, which will suck. But that's how it feels. This is going to be one of those games where it's going to be hard for you to get a kill streak. So be prepared to go full try hard when you're trying to play this game. Okay, moving on along to number three. Map size versus player size. Now, if you guys remember Call of Duty Ghosts, that was the main thing of why people hated Call of Duty Ghosts, because the maps were so big and it was a 6-on-6, so it made it hard for people to run into each other. It seems like it made the games even more slower paced, and it made them just long and drawn out. And that was, you know, why people hated Ghosts. And I'm kind of getting that same feeling here, to whereas the maps are really large, but with that 6-on-6, it's going to make the game feel really slow paced. I think they could have maybe made the maps a teeny bit smaller to speed the gameplay up so you can have more encounters. But I found myself from time to time running around the whole map, spending at least 2 to 3 minutes without seeing even a single person, like even one person. And that could be like, I get it because it's a war game, and you know, with the whole war environment, they really did good on putting the war environment and surrounding around you to make you feel as if you're immersed in the game, to make you feel like you're really in it. But with that map being that big, it really slows the game down, and like, I can see people getting agitated with that when you're trying to run around and find a kill. So yeah, that's one downside, but at the same time, I get it because it's a war base, and you know, you're building that atmosphere. But I can see that going both ways, to like, if people like it and don't like it. Number four, even though they already showed us all of the weapons that would be in the game, I thought maybe that they would have a few more. Like, I thought they were keeping some on the side, but I don't think that is the case. When starting out with this game, you'll see that you have a really small weapon selection. I wouldn't be too worried about it because, you know, they're of course going to come out with some DLC weapons and some add-ons, so I wouldn't worry too much about it. But when the game first comes out, there is not many weapons to choose from. So you're gonna, you're gonna have to find yourself a weapon quickly, and if you can't find yourself a good weapon to use, you're gonna be screwed, at least until they come out with DLC weapons. But they will, I'm pretty sure they will come out of, so don't worry, with DLC weapons, so don't worry too much about that. Number 5. Now, I've been playing this game for about a few hours, and I've come to realize that most of these weapons have just about no recoil to them, especially when you get to the STG-44 and the grease gun. Those guns absolutely positively have no recoil to these weapons whatsoever. But most of these guns, until you get onto the light machine gun side of things, most of these guns have absolutely just about little to no recoil at all. So it kind of almost gets rid of having grip, having the need to get the grip attachment altogether. You will probably need it more, like I said, for the light machine gun side of things. But they like for most of the guns, you probably won't need it. I just slap a quick draw on that thing and just keep it moving, because most of these guns have, almost no recoil to them whatsoever. And I can probably see that getting patched, and they may add some recoil to those, because I can see people starting to complain about it. However, I don't know why. I like it better this way with less recoil. It makes you more accurate. You can have a lot more fun when it comes to killing. You can get turned on less. For all my people that suck at the game, you can get turned on a lot less. So that could probably get patched, like I said, but hopefully it doesn't. But that is one thing that I noticed playing this game immediately. A lot of these guns have almost no recoil to them whatsoever. Number 6. Okay, this one is more of a frustration rant. Shotguns are fucking OP, okay? Fix that shit. Fix that shit. Tag fucking Call of Duty in that shit. Fix that shit. These fucking shotguns are old goddamn P. They shooting out molten lava. It's like you running around with a goddamn volcano in your hand. This dude shot me. I didn't see a goddamn bullet come out the shotgun. He shot nothing but molten lava at my ass, and I died immediately. I can't survive a fucking shotgun blast from a volcano. Like, the fuck is that? I can't survive that shit. Fix that shit, Call of Duty. It's OP. Number 7. This I was kind of disappointed about. When we get over, even though, like, I get it. It's realistic. You're trying to stay authentic to the game, so I get it, and I do appreciate that. But at the same time, it was like, I wish it could be a little bit better, because of what I'm accustomed to playing with. When you play with the IWs, or you play with the Modern Warfares, you're used to getting the chopper gunners and all kind of things like that. Unless they add DLC weapons, DLC score streaks, you will not be getting that within this game. But like I said, I get it. They're keeping it authentic, because you did not have those things back in that time. So I understand if they do not put it in there and they want to keep it authentic. I get that, and that's dope. But with the score streaks, I was kind of disappointed, because you only can choose from 6 score streaks, and the score streaks that you can select from, to be honest with you, they're kind of really ineffective. Like, I've had the experience of getting at least 3 of them, and I've had the other 3 done to me, and when I was looking at it, I didn't really see, the effectiveness of it, man. Like, especially with the paratroopers, I thought with the paratroopers, it'll be a lot more like OP. You'll have a whole bunch of different computers running around, gunning, but it just wasn't, man. Like, I barely seen anybody getting kills when they called it out. It just really ineffective. These score streaks are just, I wouldn't depend on these score streaks to put you over the top if that's what you're looking for. If you're like, having a good game, you try to use the score streaks to put you over the top. These are not the score streaks that will put you over the top. This is more of a game where you really have to depend on yourself to be the man, Only good one that I really seen that if you can get the aiming down right was effective is the glide bomb. The glide bomb was not bad to me. That seems like the best one. I haven't had the paratrooper on my own, but like I said, I've seen it done to me, and it really didn't get a lot of kills. So to me, I would probably use the glide bomb the most. That seems like the most effective one to me. Number 8, the division selection. Now, I know most of you guys who play, well, really it's probably half and half. If you play Call of Duty, you most likely play 2K, and sometimes if you play Call of Duty, you don't play 2K. But for those of you guys who play 2K, and I bring it up because it'll help me better explain it to you. They've kind of gone more in the archetype style of things, to where you no longer can freelance. Like, if you want to put sprint on and you want to put blind eye on. It's more of a, you have to be in a set class, and then you have to take those streaks that come with it, because each one has its own perk that comes with it. Like if you choose airborne, you get sprint for longer distances, climb over obstacles faster, increase sprint speed, and of course you get the classified SMG weapons and all that things. And then if you come down to like a LMG, you get take less fire damage. You know, each one of them has their own particular perk that goes with it, so you can't really freelance. It kind of keeps you in a box to where you have to be either that certain type of player. So it kind of went in the archetype system of things. For those of you guys who play 2K, you absolutely understand what I'm saying. But I have mixed feelings about it, because I get it, I like that, but at the same time I don't like it, because I don't like being put inside of a box. I'm an all-around style player, so I like to mix and match and put things together. I don't like being, you know, just confined to one style of play that forces me to do it. But like I said, on the other side, I get it. It's kind of more of a, on their end, I can see it being a balancing out type thing, to where you try to balance it out. You don't want the one thing to be super overpowered, or, you know, make an ultimate class or something like that. But, you know, I like to give power to the people. Let the people create what they want to create and be what they want to be. But moving on to number 9, the playable game modes. Now on the beta they only give you a few. You get team deathmatch, you get domination, hardpoint, mosh pit, and war. But I'm pretty sure once the full game comes out, then you'll get S&D, you know, all the other type games that you guys love. Because I highly doubt they took off S&D, because that's like a fan favorite for a lot of people. They even have tournaments to go around that. But in the beta you only get those few things. But just going off the beta, I gotta give Call of Duty, I gotta give these guys a big thumbs up, because I really like that war game, and I think they are on to something with the war gameplay, to where it's 4 objectives. For those of you who haven't played it, there are 4 different objectives that you have to do, and it really gives you a war feel. Like when I did that, I felt like I was in a war, like I'm really trying to push the lines, and, you know, everything that goes into war really makes you think. It's tactical. It's a really team play game. I would not recommend going into that without a team. If the other players have a team, you will get destroyed. It's not one of those games like a team deathmatch where you can just jump in. If you are playing war, I really recommend coming in with a team, because it's really a objective based team gameplay, tactical, all those kind of things wrapped into one. They did a really good job when they came out with war. It gives you the whole feel of World War II, and I really get what they were trying to do. That was dope. But when you come into the beta, don't expect to be playing the S&Ds and everything like that, because you only get to choose from 5 different gameplays. But like I said, when the full game comes out, I'm pretty sure there will be a lot more different game modes to get into, so don't be too worried about it, guys. Okay, moving on to number 10, the number 10. Well, finally, why did I say final? Finally, the number 10. Okay, and for the number 10, you guys, I'm just going to give you my own personal thoughts on the game and like my overall review of it. If I had to rate it from a 5, like out of a 5 going to a 5, I would probably give it a 3.5, maybe a 4. But first play, it's gonna be a super adjustment, because I found myself almost, you know, kind of wishing it had some of the characteristics of IW, because, you know, with the jumping, when you first start to play it, it's going to be a real adjustment period, man, because you're going to try to be doing the jetpack jumping, and then you're going to realize, oh, I can't do that anymore. It's going to be a super adjustment from the beginning. But off first play, you know, it's not bad of a game. It's a lot of things that I like about it, but it's going to take some time to get used to it. But if I had to suggest it to you guys, I would say go out and buy it. Definitely try it, because once you get adjusted to it, guys, it will be a really good game. This game has a lot of potential to being a great game. I already feel like it'll be much more loved than IW was. IW was another game along with Ghost that was kind of hated, not really liked by most of the fans. But this game, I can feel it starting to draw people in. It's a really good game, guys. A really good team game. I keep gotta put emphasis on team game. I'm really getting to feel like this is more of a tactical style, meant to be played with a team kind of game, not really so much for solo. But yeah, that's my overall review, guys. I would say go out and buy it. I like it. I'm going to buy it. You know, I'm gonna be on here. You guys might catch me out here in a war. Make sure you let me win, okay? Let me win. I might have to come to your house and kill you for real, okay? But yeah, guys, that's my overall view. I hope you guys enjoyed it. I hope it was insightful to help you guys to choose and make a decision if you guys want to buy it or not, or if you guys like it. If you're new, make sure you guys go ahead and like, comment, and subscribe. Join the family, or I'll kill you. I done learned a lot of things from this game right here, man. I might put a C4 on your door. Well, actually, it's TNT on here, but I'll blow your shit up, okay? That's what I'm saying. That's what I'm saying. I might blow your shit up. Subscribe to this, or you out of here. Simple as that. Alright, you guys, I'm out.